with your money. The crazy part is he doesn't really fit this into the equation that, well, actually, if I get a lot of money, how are my money spending habits going to get improved? They might just get worse. He hasn't really thought about that, I guess. But what he has thought about is asking his mom for some money.
I had to borrow $1,000 from my mom. Nobody likes to do that. I'm going to pay her back. But my bills were just piling up.
So she loans him $1,000, more than likely just gives him $1,000. The car is still not sold.
I've said that in like a million videos. I cannot figure out why it won't sell. It's a great car. Someone wanted to see it today and then bailed out. Whatever, man. Life's just testing me. It does that, so.
And he can't pay his editor, but believes that something good is going to happen.
But I don't have the money to pay the guy, and I'm trying to stay positive and figure out a way to do this. I don't know. I have an hour and 45 minutes before I'm supposed to go there, so if you believe in miracles, I need one. I'm hoping that somebody phones and buys my car so that I have the money, and then I somehow get over there to pay him so that I can get it.
Because when he shows up to his friend's house, his friend says, "You know what, buddy? I'll take a down payment. You can pay me later." That's just what a good friend is for.
Like, we've done a lot of videos together. I don't have all the money right now. I got a little deposit. Can I give you this? You hook me up with the video, and then, you know, over the next few days, I pay you the rest. And my guy, man, he did it. He did it for me. So I found a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
If you don't have a ride or die guy like that who filmed your shitty music video and still believes in you, then I don't know what to expect. But now he can't pay for his rent because the car wasn't sold.
I am behind on my rent. Yesterday was the 1st. I was supposed to pay it yesterday. I don't have it, so I couldn't pay it.
And he's starting to stress out a little bit. But he comes back and says that the car actually was sold.
Sold the car. They were so nice. Such nice people, man. $4,800.
And now everything's going to work out perfectly. And he thinks that people would think that he's just flexing his stacks with the money that he has right there.
And I'm not trying to be like, yo, I got stacks. I don't do that. I'm like, I have life.
Even though he spent this entire series talking about how broke he is. So no, I don't think that you're flexing your stacks. Now, if you took that $4,800 and you came back and you bought some stupid shit, yeah, I would be like, wow, what a fucking moron. Episode 7 and 8, he thinks things are going pretty well because he believes that he got offered a $300,000 nationwide tour.
Things are going real good right now, and you guys, I'm really thankful, and it goes to show you never, ever, ever give up.
Yeah, somebody listened to his music and said, you know what? That's gonna be really good. I'm gonna be really famous. I'm gonna make a ton of money. He follows it up with a video of him sitting in front of a bunch of TVs. And you're like, ah, shucks, I guess that came crashing down in like a 1 week span.
What's with all the TVs? There's a whole bunch of TVs behind me. There's 10. Can you see them? Some over there. There are 10 TVs here, and there are 3 TVs elsewhere. A total of 13 televisions. So what's going on, Uncle Adams? Are you in the TV business now, or what?
Because now he's back to buying TVs and reselling them online. Because I guess this dude was scamming him one way or another.
So here's what happened. I was sitting in the bank, opening up my US account to get ready to go on tour, and I get this email. And it says in big letters, cease and desist. It was from a business partner of the guy that I was going on tour with, from his lawyer. It says cease and desist all operations. And I start reading this, and it basically says that the one business partner is going to completely withdraw from the partnership. He's no longer going to merge companies with this other guy, cease and desist. He doesn't want to have anything to do with him because he found out that this other business partner, and I'm not saying any names, was involved in some fraudulent activity defrauding investors.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It seems like his manager probably got fooled by somebody. At the same time, his manager will find out eventually was also scamming Uncle Adams. So it's just, we're getting sucked into this vortex of just scams left and right. It's like we're stuck in the Genova-verse. But he mentions that because of him making preparations for the tour, I guess, he's now over $200,000 in debt, and he doesn't know how he's going to get out of it.
Well, make it $207,000 in debt because I got these TVs from the store so that I can sell them to make a little bit of money, to produce records, finish my album, do music videos, pay rent, pay bills, whatever it takes, right? That's what I'm going to do.
Episode 9 starts off with a banger because he says that he bought a $20,000 car because he was able to get a new loan.
So I was able to get another $20,000 on loan, and I used that money to buy this car.
How much you sold your fucking car 3 months ago to pay for your rent, and now you're buying a $20,000 car. I guess that's something that wasn't really mentioned because it seems like he lived in like a slightly rural area. At least that's what it looked like when he was driving to the studio. So how was he going to get there? Was he going to pay for Ubers all the time? Your money's going to get sucked up faster that way. So he never really thought this process through. But we should be appreciative of him. He's so courageous for coming on camera and telling us his financial woes.
I'm not just going to keep making these videos and uploading them and keeping them on private, in case I blow up, I can release them. I'm doing something that takes a lot of courage, and that is I'm releasing all of these videos now, and I'm going to keep this series going as it happens. Now that takes a lot of courage.
And how great he is. And we should really be just mystified at the presence of Uncle Adams because he's so great and he's so excellent. Even though he's more in debt and he will still continue the series, we should sit back and say, hey, we're going the wrong direction, but I'm buckling up for this drive.
And I've gotten in more debt since then, but I thought I had a really big thing going on, in fairness, but I've gone deeper into debt over these past few months, and I'm still releasing it. I'm still going to release this series.
The next several episodes we're going to group together. There's basically this big spat between Anthony Fantano and Uncle Adams because Fantano kept getting suggested a reaction to Uncle Adams' original music video. And Fantano brings Chris Reagan on for a 20-minute video of them just lambasting Uncle Adams.
Hey, dickhead! Review that song original from Uncle Adams. Now, Uncle Adams is an artist who I'm very unfamiliar with. An artist that the moment that I saw you guys suggesting him to me and I saw the album cover, the Planting Seeds album cover that hits you right in the face once you Google this guy, I was like, no. Please, God, no. When I first saw this, I just right away knew that there was going to be heaps of cringe here because we have the oldie time black and white image, the record player.
They even bring up the point of Curtis's haircut, where there's like a heartbeat or something in the side of his head. And I was also wondering that. But don't worry, because Uncle Adams, he has an explanation. He's going to lay it straight as to why he gets this god-awful, like, loud, emo pop music haircut.
Oh, look at this. This light still works.
Whoever did this hair, man, they just...
It is a work of
art.
So I get a lot of questions about my haircut. It's actually called a hair tattoo, but to make things more simple, I'm just going to refer to it as a haircut. So as you can see, it looks like a heartbeat. It's a heartbeat haircut. Like an EKG machine that you see at the hospital. Beep, beep, beep. It's a reminder to me that I'm not going to live forever, that my heart is not going to beat forever, but it's beating today. So today I'm going to do everything I can.
They obviously think that the song sucks and clown on him, which really just starts to piss Curtis off.
What? What? That just became so sad.
So he makes a reaction. He makes a response video to them, which happens to be episode 10, where he gets really pissed off that people think that his music sucks.
You can't comment on my YouTube anymore. You can't comment on my Instagram. My Twitter profile is private. I've changed my emails, and I want to tell you why, okay? So for over a year, there has been a group of trolls trolling all of my accounts, pretending to be fans, but really they have sinister intent. Harassed online, I recommend you do the same thing. Delete people, block them. If it's serious enough, file a police report. We did. When people were threatening my life and saying they're going to come to the house and rape my girlfriend and stuff, we filed police reports on that stuff.
He mentions that he shut off all the comments on all of his social media, including privating some of them, because the hate is just too vitriolic. He's mentioning things like people are telling him to kill himself and that they hate his girlfriend and they're going to do awful things to her. Yet, throughout the entire video, he's trying to recall Anthony Fantano's channel. He's saying, Anthony, what's his last name? You can't remember that, Unk? I'm sure you didn't sit there and fucking cry yourself to sleep as you're reacting to this guy who is infinitely more popular than you lambast you. And he even calls him the needle dick and says, everybody I know calls him the needle dick. Come on, guys. Everybody I know. Come on. Slam doink on you. I'm just slam doinking you. No big deal.
Got this YouTuber to review one of my videos. They kept messaging him, review Uncle Adams, review Uncle Adams. Okay, now this guy's name is Anthony something. Okay, the needle drop. I call him the needle. And my other friend watched his video too. He's like, who's this needle guy? So everybody apparently just calls him the needle because he just changed a few letters in his name. Plus, it seems like he has a small. He just sits there behind a screen dissing everybody all the time. He's got videos where he talks trash about like every artist and musician, like pretty much ever. If he would have given me a positive review, it'd be totally different. But he did it in a negative way, right? Then it didn't end there though, too. These people went back on my Twitter, back to like 7 years ago to try to find any dirt they could on me. And there was a couple of stupid tweets that I tweeted. I don't know if I was drinking or what. But then this Anthony guy retweets them to his thousands of followers to try to embarrass me and try to humiliate me. Like, that's what these people are all about, man.
He basically also pulls the mommy and daddy must have stuck together, you grew up in a nice neighborhood, woo-ha, the whole world works type of thing, where Anthony allegedly was being bullied as a kid, but now he gets to have some revenge and bully others.
He reminds me of someone who was picked on when he was younger, and now it's like he has a chance to get back on a video platform, and that's why he like spreads negativity on all the videos he does, and he tries to attack people. That's the only thing I can think of.
I'm sure. And Curtis's ultimatum at the end is, hey, if you really think I'm not going to be successful, why don't you sign this contract that says if I am successful, you'll delete your channel? Who the fuck does this guy think he is?
I'm wondering if you will agree to sign a contract. I can get my lawyer to make it up. We can make it legal in the state of California. I will get a contract made up that states that you, Anthony, whatever your name is, will delete your YouTube channel if and when Curtis Uncle Adams attains 1 million monthly Spotify listeners and earns $1 million.
It's like so funny. And Fantano ends up responding to him, basically saying that he has to be more self-aware of what he's posting online. He can't just be posting shit and expecting just cheers and applause all the time. And if you're incapable of understanding your shortcomings, then it's probably not going to amount to anything. Because you gotta be able to have some self-reflection, especially if you're a solo artist. You're not really working with anybody else, and everybody else around you, I guess, is just glazing you nonstop.
It's not that I don't think that you can make it, it's that I don't think you can make it as is. I think you need to reassess your strategy, maybe reassess the kind of music you're making, and on top of that, one of my main points in the video that I think was kind of overlooked is that to make the kind of music that you're making and to potentially hit it in the music industry, you don't need to throw away all the money that you're throwing away.
So he follows up Anthony's response with an apology.
Believe it or not, is an apology to Anthony Fantano.
And he also reveals that he's basically been taken advantage of in his career, that he's spent upwards of $100,000 on useless shit that hasn't really amounted to anything.
Way to say it. I've been screwed on some deals, you know. I paid $4,000 to a manager who didn't do anything for me. I've lost probably around maybe $10,000 in legal fees on stuff. Hire publicists that don't work out, and you know, not all of you that are watching this, you know, I have some publicists that I really like, but I'm just telling you guys that there's a lot of people out there that kind of feed on your dream, and they'll hook you up with the right people, or they'll give you this, or they'll give you that, and everything I did, I honestly spent money in a way where I thought it was going to get me further in my career. And a lot of those times, you know, bad decisions were made. People that were supposed to take me further in the music industry, but didn't.
Which he then follows up with another video where he tries to have himself look like this grandiose, great guy. Everybody thinks he's so great. He's so good, and that his music is so influential to everybody.
Look, on life is so happy now. It's because you made me believe in myself. That's where we're at with this episode. Sorry if you heard some noise in this video. I'm doing laundry. Real professional, right? Yeah, I know, doing laundry while you do a video, but that just goes to show how real this series is.
Honestly, if I'm speaking for myself, I think if I was like 10 and I discovered one of his songs before I discovered rap music, I might have thought it was fine. Obviously, today as an adult, you listen to it and you're like, this is fucking dog shit. But maybe if I was 10, and that's probably where all these comments are coming from. And Anthony feels bad, so he decides to do an interview with him, and he basically just gives him a softball. He's just letting him hit home runs off of it because there's been backlash associated with it, so he probably doesn't want to push the topics too hard, and just lets him talk about how he's getting harassed too much and that the trolls are mean.
You know, your videos talking about my reactions to your music and just generally the reactions to your music online, that you've sort of suffered a lot of harassment over the past 14 months or so as a result of just a lot of very overzealous and very nasty trolls. Would you be able to sort of speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, you did a review on my song Original in January of 2017. And after that review, it kind of opened the floodgates of negativity on my social media accounts. Because you're an influential person, and I'm not blaming you. It's not all you. I think there was already a group of people that were kind of trolling on me, and they thought, hey, if we can get Anthony to do a video sort of dissing this too, it can help us grow the amount of people that are disliking Uncle Adams and stuff. As weird as that is, I really think that's what
there are
happened.
quite a few people who watch what I do who are pretty closely connected to the meme community, and like the original posting page on Facebook, or people who sort of follow those kinds of meme pages on Facebook are basically within that community. And I was getting a lot of requests.
In that he's determined to reach his goals no matter what. He's gonna do it. He's gonna accomplish it. Think it, dream it, do it.
The fact of the matter is that you're determined, you have a goal, you're trying to go after it, and I think maybe the lesson that's being learned here is that it's really tough, and unfortunately you're trying to make it in an industry that in a way is like kind of designed to suck money out of your pocket.
I agree with a lot of what you said. it's kind of, I hate to say this, but it's sort of a sneaky, almost snaky industry in some ways. And a person I met in the music industry once told me, he said, you know what, Curtis? About 50% of the people you meet in this industry don't actually have your back, basically just want your money, will make false promises and not deliver. So 1 out of every 2 people. And I remember thinking, that can't be right, man. Like, come on, it's got to be better than that. But sure enough, as I went on, that number has proven itself to be true.
Honestly, I think 50% is a little generous.
Yeah, right. And at first, it's always all good when you meet new people in this industry. And like I said in my other video, a lot of them sort of play off of an artist's dream. And it's like, we'll take you to the next level. We'll help you with this. We'll introduce you to the right people. We'll make you blow up. Just give us a little bit of money. They always need money. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's always money. And as far as people, thinking I'm crazy, I understand that, because it's not a normal thing for someone to do this and put themselves out there like I have. And that's why some of those episodes were in retrospect, because I had to build up the courage to actually put it out there.
Episode 15, Curtis reveals that he's starting to look for real jobs, except he has the stipulation that he doesn't think he should be looking for real jobs.
Sitting there, and as much as I didn't want to, I applied for a few jobs. Because I thought, man, I really don't want to though, but I guess I will apply for a couple of jobs and, work 8-10 hours a day and then do what I can with the music on the side. So I applied for a few jobs, and then it's like I'm not supposed to work at a regular job because I got 2 tour offers. There's nothing wrong with that other stuff, like I say, driving truck and everything, which I applied for a couple of truck driving jobs, honestly, because it was getting to a point where I was like, what am I going to do? But there's nothing wrong with that kind of work. But obviously, if I have the opportunity to rap and speak, I'm going to take that, because that's the whole point of this mission. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to work a regular job. So
he's posted a video a couple years ago talking about how anyone can get a job. It's so easy. You shouldn't be that proud about getting a job. Everybody has one. If you quit one, you can find a new one.
Those who don't know me, okay, I'm a rapper. I do internet stuff. I trade stocks, real estate, so on and so forth. With that said, I do go in and out of heavy equipment operating jobs. I'll do a 1-month term, a couple month term, and then go back to doing my other stuff, my Uncle Adam stuff. YouTube, for example, what I'm doing right now. And the reason I'm making this video, or at least part of it, is because this happened to me just last week. I was doing a heavy equipment operating job. Things were seemingly going well until one guy decided he was going to ride me on the radio for half of the day, belittle me, bully me. I stopped for my break and he gets on the radio. We don't have time for breaks. We got to get this hauled, blah, 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 blah. Making fun of me. And I'll be honest with you guys. I pressed the radio button and I said these exact words. Someone else can take this fucking truck. I'm out of here. It doesn't take any courage to have a job. Okay? Now, why am I saying that? Well, everybody goes to school and then everybody gets a job. Okay? So you're just doing what everybody else is doing. No offense, but just keep that in mind. It's not some amazing thing to have a job. Everybody can get a job pretty much. It's quite easy.
It's one of the most out of touch, out of tune comments I've ever heard. It's really disrespectful to the people that have to get a job because they don't have mommy or daddy as a lifeline to throw money to them when they're falling. So it's out of touch, it's out of tune, but it's very in tune with what Uncle Adams is always preaching, because if it's good for him, then it has to be good for you. He doesn't understand any other life experiences. Once again, he reiterates that he's going to be successful. He's going to reach the top. He's just trying to figure out all the other cool people that he's going to be hanging out with.
He says in his videos, he's like, and then what? Something bad happened to you, someone took your money, you lost some money, you had an accident. Okay, and then what? What are you going to do about it now? That's going to happen. I know at this point, I know this is going to happen. It's just, which way am I going? Which way am I going to the top? Who am I going to meet? Who am I going to work with? You know? And which direction are we going to go in? But at this point, I'm already there. I'm already at the finish line.
Oh, hey, Jay-Z. Hey, Dr. Dre. Let's drop a beat about how living in Compton is hard, but you can do it by acing your math test. That's what he actually thinks his future career probably entails. He's a lot happier now. He mentions that he's probably happier than anybody that works a 9-to-5 and has a stable financial situation.
People that are working 9-to-5 jobs and are financially stable. That's the weird thing. People are coming up to me all the time like, oh, I saw it. They see me in public, you know. I'm not trying to brag when I say this, but I seriously cannot remember the last time I went out in public and I was not recognized in some way, shape, or form.
Probably because you're getting lifelines thrown at you left and right, so you don't even have to be that concerned about your next song flopping and the following song flopping and people making fun of you because your music sucks. You're safe. You're safe from all that criticism. He even goes to this point that, you know, it's kind of hard nowadays to go outside and not get recognized, dude. Everybody knows who I am. It's hard. They're coming up to me saying hi. At this point, he had less than 50,000 subscribers, so yeah, I'm sure that's 100% happening. I'm sure people, I've never been to Saskatchewan, I've never been to Regina, so maybe there's like 100 people that live in the entire province, and they all subscribe to his channel, and that's how. Or he just hangs out with family and friends all day, and they ask him about his job, and he equates that to, everybody thinks I'm fucking sick. We find out in some subsequent episodes that, guess what, baby? Uncle Adams is going on tour. The problem is, the tour, in air quotes, that he's going on, is to one of the most remote locations, not only in Canada, but in the entire world.
So check it out. So the little dot, the blue dot is where I am, in Regina, Saskatchewan. And that up there, that marker, is the community that we're going to visit in Nunavut.
He's going to a place that you can only fly into. They only get supplies up there once a year on a barge when the Arctic Ocean is not frozen over. They have no roads, and there's only a couple hundred people that live there. Sounds like a dream scenario. Did I also mention that he's opening for a magician?
Video document. Yeah, YouTube channel. I have to do the same thing. Submit?
Yeah.
For my YouTube channel? Oh, not allowed to use it here?
That's it, baby. He's opening for a magician. He goes there, he does a show, he claims that everybody loved it, everybody wants to hang out with him, everybody's his best friend, everybody wanted an autograph. Unfortunately, whatever bozo that was there just didn't record it right.
And they were so nice, and I'm going to play volleyball with them in less than an hour. I'm going to go play volleyball at the high school gym with the kids. I say kids, some of them are 20 and stuff. There's some young adults too. That's going to be fun. I was given a gift by the community organizer. Just a sec, I want to show you. It's a soapstone carving. So nice. Where's the good light here, man? There. Look at that. Hand-carved soapstone.
There's probably a decent chance that he performed, got kind of a lukewarm response, and just said, I'm not showing that. I'm not showing that. The sound panels in this gymnasium just weren't good enough. I can't be doing that. That's what my assumption actually was there. And as he's getting ready to take off to come back home, he sees that a totally not planted business card is on the computer monitor there. And he says, you know what? I'll do one last good thing for the community. I'll sign it. I'll leave my excellent signature there.
Yeah, I got a video here. We came in the airport and they got the card up here. That's Nice of them, eh? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sign that. I'm gonna say thank you. Wrote him a goodbye message.
So if any of you guys go to Nunavut,